That people working from home may reduce their output appear to have been put to bed. New research being found that also being allowed to spend time with children during the workday is a major success factor. In other words, if you're allowed to do that, you work harder. That's some of the key findings of the Remote Working in South Africa Survey 2020. It was conducted by World Wide Worx with Cisco. Arthur Goldstuck from World Wide Worx joins us now to discuss the working from home scenario. It looks like it has a future. Arthur, it looks like you're actually at home, frankly. So a lot of people have spoken about how hard it is to work from home. You've got children all over the place wanting attention. What seems to work in managing this?
There are three keys to successful working from home, Stephen. The first is, in fact, nothing to do with technology or kids or the home, but about management being able to delegate work effectively. So 96% of respondents, and this is across 400 organizations that we interviewed, 96% said that a key success factor was being able to delegate tasks effectively. But then hand in hand with that, and very close behind it, came allowing people time with their kids during the workday. So there's an understanding that kids are going to be under your feet if you have children at home and you have to work from home. And then very close behind that, at 93%, came good connectivity. So the technology element of it is almost as important as the others, but in fact came in third place after the ability of management to delegate effectively, and then having a happy worker who's allowed to spend time with their kids at home. So you can see this incredible combination of hard success factors, hard technology factors, and the soft human factors.
Okay, I mean, it's really important. I mean, in children, of course, if you give them a little bit of attention, they can take up the whole day, but they can also feel a lot better afterwards and give you that space. Are companies battling to manage this? I mean, you know, all bosses, trust me, I know, all bosses, they want to see that you're working. They can't really see that you're working if you're not there.
Well, one of the things we discovered was that the stress of working from home is a major factor. And something like 60% of respondents said that there was no less stress from working from home than from working in the office. But interestingly enough, for management, that stress increases. So 90% said that the stress of managing remote workers wasn't reduced compared to the stress of managing them in the office. So you can see people are finding themselves stressed, not just by the work itself, but also by the whole COVID-19 lockdown situation. So there's a lot of stress in the air at the moment. And one of the keys we also found was that companies mustn't focus on trying to keep their staff productive for the full 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 workday, because that's just going to make them more stressed and, in fact, reduce productivity.
How is this going to develop? So a lot of people won't want to go back to the office, or they'll go back 2 days out of 5. And, of course, we'll monitor traffic patterns and we'll find out. I have to tell you, at the same time, Arthur, for younger people who learn on the job, and they literally learn on the job by sitting next to an older person, sometimes it's literally listening to their phone calls. I mean, I think it's going to be very difficult for them just to get any experience on the job now.
That's definitely a major issue for a lot of people entering the work environment or entering a new work environment for that matter. So we're going to have to find ways around that as well. And there's going to have to be a combination of remote and physical working during this period. But what companies are now discovering is that they can be more productive if people don't have to spend time in the traffic, don't have to spend time settling down at the office and then having to go out for lunch and settling back down, coming back from lunch, and all of that kind of thing. You start realizing all the distractions and all the time wasting that's happening in the physical work environment. So this doesn't mean that we'll wholesale now go to remote working in the future once the pandemic is over. But in the first 3 months of lockdown, and this is when the survey was conducted, companies were saying that around 40% of them saying that they are likely to continue allowing people to work from home because it is so effective. I just want to give you a comparison, though, between companies that were digitally ready, what they call digitally transformed. Of those, 70% said that they were more productive during this period, whereas those that were not digitally ready, those that had not rolled out digital transformation initiatives, only 29%. That's a massive gap. 29%, if you weren't ready for it, were more productive. 70% if you were ready for it. And when you look at those kinds of numbers, you start realizing that remote working can be more productive if you have the right tools in place, the right strategies, and the right work culture. And that culture was an important element of what we wanted to uncover in the research. Cisco, in fact, wanted to see if there was a new workplace culture emerging. And certainly that's the case for the digitally transformed organizations.